Ladies, I have some news. The clitoris, it's fucking huge. As Donald Trump would say, it's huge. Huge. The clitoris, it's fucking massive. It's fucking massive. This is what we have been told a clitoris is, and this is what we've been told it looks like. Broski, when I tell you the truth, you are going to scream. The clitoris is as big as the penis. You mean to tell me that I was not told in my science or sex education classes, not once, that I have a huge penis right here? You mean to tell me that I was led to believe that my clitoris was a small bean, a small pea-sized organ? When in actual fact, the clitoris is a huge, massive jellyfish snake that encompasses my entire vagina.
That is a huge problem.
You mean to tell me that I have been going my whole life being told it's perfectly acceptable for a man to not understand how the female genitalia works because the clitoris is tiny, when that's bullshit and my clit is probably bigger than your dick? I have been lied to my whole life. Here's some fun facts about the clitoris. The tiny bean that we are taught is the size of the clitoris in science is just the tip of an iceberg. The clitoris looks like this. It's fucking massive. Is approximately the same size as the penis. It's huge. Huge. The clitoris has twice as many nerve endings as the penis. The clitoris, just like the penis, fills with blood and becomes erect when aroused. I mean, this has changed my life. This has made me think differently about fucking everything. I have had many a sexual experience where my vagina has been thrust straight into with zero foreplay. Imagine, young lad, imagine that we are having a sexual experience together and I come up and shove your flaccid penis right into me. You'd look at me like, what the fuck? If you don't get my clitoris erect before you go in there, that is exactly the same as me not getting your dick erect before I thrust it in me. There is no excuse to not get me aroused before you fuck me. There is no excuse to not give me foreplay. For too long, sex has been sold as something that is more for the male pleasure than for the female pleasure. Totally normal if a girl doesn't come. Totally normal if a girl doesn't orgasm because, you know, all she's got is a tiny little tiddlywink of a clitoris. Well, now we know it's not a tiny little tiddlywink. It's actually fucking huge. It's actually the size of your fucking penis. So go on, do something about that, mate. Fun fanny fact Friday. The G-spot does not exist. Vaginal orgasms do not exist. Women who can have orgasms purely from penetration alone, it's because the head of their clitoris happens to be a lot closer to the vagina. So you're not actually orgasming from the vagina, you're actually orgasming from the clitoris. So, ladies, if you're unable to have an orgasm from being penetrated vaginally, it's because you're not meant to. You need to get your man to work on that clitoris. It's fucking huge, it's hard to miss, there's really no excuse. You deserve orgasms too. Remember that. Ladies. I mean, I'm fucking outraged that I didn't learn about this until I was 19 years old. I'm fucking outraged that they've known that this is what the clitoris looks like, and they've known how big the fucking clitoris is and what an important part of our genitalia it is. They've had this knowledge since the 1990s, and yet they didn't see fit to put it in our science books when they show us how the reproductive system works in males and females. They gave us whole diagrams where they just pretended the clitoris didn't fucking exist, or they lied about what it looks like. In science books, they felt the need to label the scrotum. They felt the need to teach us what the prostate gland was, what the seminal vesicle is, what the vas deferens is. They helpfully labelled for us the foreskin, the corpus spongiosum, the pubic symphysis, the ejaculatory duct. Yet on the female reproductive system, they failed to mention the huge penis-sized organ that encompasses the entire reproductive system, and it is the centre of sexual pleasure for women. Why would you leave that out? Why would you leave that out?
Why the fuck would that be left out?
Why would we not tell girls what their genitalia looks like? Why would we try and keep that knowledge from them? Little bit fucked up, isn't it? Because we're too busy telling them how fucking important the uterus is.
Have some babies, bitch.
If boys had been taught how big the clitoris was, how important the clitoris was, they would feel less nervous about going near it and less nervous about trying to make girls feel good, and they would feel more knowledgeable knowing how to deal with a vagina and a clitoris. I'm shocked, I'm outraged, and I'm not gonna fucking shut up about this. I cannot be the only person who didn't know this until I was 19. I cannot believe it was not put in the science books. I can't believe I didn't learn about this until the other day when I watched a fucking fantastic podcast that explained what the clitoris was. This should be basic knowledge for boys and girls. I feel robbed that I wasn't taught this about my reproductive system. I feel like it would have been a game changer for how I perceived myself in the bedroom when I was having sex and how I perceived myself as a sexual being. I would have been more likely to masturbate. I would have seen me having pleasure as a more integral part of sex, and I wouldn't have let myself be treated like such shit when having sex with people.
I have essentially viewed myself sexually in the past as a fleshlight with legs and a sense of humour. It's not fair.
Only 2 weeks I had a sexual encounter with a man where he just dived in. Again, I wouldn't thrust your flaccid penis into my vagina, so do not thrust your penis into my flaccid clitoris.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
Fucking dickheads. Ladies, buy a vibrator, explore yourself. We all know how to draw a penis, so let's all learn how to draw a fucking clitoris. This is how you draw a clitoris. It looks like a large jellyfish penguin alien. It's like an upside down heart with a large penguin who's trying to give you a hug. It's like... Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope that it's been helpful information. Please let me know, did you know this? Ladies, did you know this? Did you know what your clitoris looks like, or was this news to you? I need to know. I need to know if I'm the only person who failed to realise that I have a 7-inch, 8-inch clitoris. An organ the size of a penis. Absolutely fucking baffled. This needs to be put in the fucking science textbooks.